A United Nations commission has said that high-ranking politicians and bureaucrats in South Sudan have siphoned off at least $36 million in public funds, sometimes with the connivance of international corporations and banks. The report by the UN Commission on Human Rights in South Sudan came 6 days after President Salva Kiir fired the country's finance minister, the head of the tax-gathering National Revenue Authority, as well as the director of the state-owned oil company. The United States has a once-in-a-generation opportunity to ensure that compensation is finally provided to victims of the 1998 Al-Qaeda-backed terrorist attacks on the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, Pompeo wrote in a letter to senators that was confirmed by congregational sources. Sudan is one of the 4 nations listed as a state sponsor of terrorism by the U.S., severely impeding investment as businesses worry of legal risk in dealing with the country. The designation dates back to 1993, when then strongman Omar al-Bashir welcomed armed fighters, including Osama bin Laden, the founder of Al-Qaeda, which carried out the embassy attack that claimed more than 200 lives. Washington had been gradually reconciling with al-Bashir, who agreed to independence for the mostly Christian South Sudan, but Sudan was transformed last year when al-Bashir was deposed following a wave of youth-led protests. British-educated economist Abdallah Hamdok has become the new prime minister with a reformist mandate in a transitional arrangement with the military. Sudan's removal from the list has been held up by a dispute over a package of some $335 million that Khartoum will pay as compensation to victims' families and survivors of the embassy attacks. In their letter, Pompeo said it was very likely that an agreement on claims and on delisting Sudan from the terror blacklist will be completed by the end of October, days before the November 3rd election. But the U.S. Congress also needs to pass legislation to provide Sudan immunity from further claims.